Hey, thanks for choosing another edition of Let's Chat and Jam. In this episode, I speak with a dope producer by the name of Zeno out of Orlando, Florida. Man, this brother has skills. Check out this interview right now. Hey, what's going on, everybody? MC Andrew Love back on your screen one more time with another edition of Let's Chat and Jam. In today's episode, I have a guest coming out of Orlando, Florida, by the way of Zeno. That's Z3N0. A dope producer. Man, this brother got skills, and you're going to hear that today. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the brother out of Orlando, Zeno.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. How you doing today, sir?
I'm great, bro. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here too, man.
Thank
So,
you.
what you been up to?
Nothing much, man. Just school, work and making some heat for you guys. You already know how it goes.
School. What are you doing out there in school?
I'm actually majoring in electrical engineering, bachelor's degree at Valencia West Campus.
That's
Um,
amazing, man.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you
How are
so
your
much.
grades out there, man?
Pretty good so far. I believe I'm passing my classes. I should be graduating with my AA this semester. So
Oh,
pray for
that's
me.
awesome, man. I'm so proud of you, bro. I'm so
Thank
proud
you.
of you, man. Not only are you doing great things in school, but you're doing great things in the music as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, when did you find out you had a passion for music?
Well, it was like 6 years ago actually, because I wasn't really listening to music as much back then. But when I listened to it, I never really had an ear for it. I was more of a Oriental kind of guy. I would listen to like instrumentals. I would never listen to songs. Mostly like beats, like normal stuff. I fell in love when I listened to the Cool Math game, Geometry Dash. I think it was on Cool Math, but I listened to the soundtrack and I was like, this is some EDM. Like I like it. It's really fast paced. It's really it sounds simple, but it's pretty much complex at the same time. Like, so I was like, let me just see if I can try to do something like that. So I did my research and I started looking into apps because at the time I never really had money to invest in a computer or a program or instruments, something like that. And I would make music just on my phone basically. So it might through a car speaker.
You
That's it.
made music using your phone?
Yeah, at the time.
Wow.
And back then, my music wasn't as I would say better as it is now because it was mostly loop based, but it gave me an idea on pattern recognition and like tempo and reading pitches and how to organize things basically, and that kind of gave me an ear to kind of progress in the field.
It's
Yeah,
amazing what you're doing, man. So you've been doing this for quite some time now.
absolutely. Yeah,
And now you've like almost perfected your craft.
yeah, almost there. I believe there's always room for perfection, even at its highest point. Um, you know, for me, it'll take time, but I know I'm getting there slowly with my current style of music, as you may have heard recently.
Oh, definitely, man. I checked some of your stuff out and I know you got skills.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just the way you created a beat around that woman's lyrics and vocals, it's just so amazing.
Thank you so much. And it's inspiration and it's just imagination. I feel like cultivating those two things together can create magic, I
So,
believe.
so who is your greatest influence?
My greatest influence is my mom, actually, because she's a hustler. Ever since we were kids, my dad was a trucker. He wouldn't be home for months on end, and my mom would be hustling back and forth. And she told me that when the world kicks you in the dirt, don't stay down, get up. No matter how many times you slip, fall, you get up. So I felt like that mentality combined with my, I guess you could say, talent or skills, kind of gave it a nice combo when it came to making music, and it gave me more of a steadfast focus kind of drive. I didn't care about what people thought. Of course, criticism is important, but it's that drive you need to have that. You know what? I'm in this for me first before I go out pleasing other people. And I feel like that drive that she gave me, it helped me a lot. But musical influences aside from that, it was like Skrillex, DJ Lion Rose, shout out to him, Rick Ross,
Shout out to
Drake,
Rick Ross, my
Rick
brother.
Ross.
Rick
Yeah,
Ross.
Rick Ross. You already know how it goes.
Port of Miami.
Port of Miami, J. Cole, Six Lack, a bunch of very nice streamline artists that are have really good talent in general. I just feel like I acquire to, and I think for me, in recent years, I do have a music. Like, I don't know, you may not heard of him, but I'm from Pakistan, so I'm more like culturally inclined to like music from my country based kind of thing.
Oh,
So
so
there's
you were born and raised in Pakistan?
I was actually born and raised in Miami, but I my parents are from Pakistan, Lahore, the region of it, Punjab, region. I was born and
So
raised in
how
Miami.
long have they been here in this country?
They've been here almost for almost 25 years.
Wow. Well, let
Yeah.
me just say this. Thank you for coming out here to the United States of America, because you guys
Yeah.
came out here. It allowed your son to flourish as a producer here in America. So I have to say thank you guys for making that pilgrimage. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I can speak the language fluently. I can speak the slang, Punjabi very fluently, a little bit of Arabic here and there. So
I'd like to hear some of that in your music.
actually, maybe for another time, but I am working on something very closely related to Punjabi music at the moment. So
There's a lot of dope Punjabi artists that can
yeah,
really utilize the beats that you make.
absolutely. And I have ideas. And I think one of my favorite biggest influences right now is Imran Khan. He's a Dutch produced songwriter and he's from Pakistan as well. A lot of people make fun of me for that. I like him a lot and everything, but I do because he actually integrates our language with modernized music. So you'll hear his flow kind of like, like J. Cole or kind of like some sort of urban artist you would never hear like Drake. You would hear that with our language and you're like, oh wow. So he's kind of like mending cultures together. And just recently, I got into contact with Pop Smoke's video director, Gotti Gotti, and we talked a lot too. So I hit him up and I was like, like I heard you're shooting a video with Imran Khan. And he's like, yeah, is we're going international. So he's gonna put like Pakistan on the map and everything. And like the producer for Imran Khan's new album, I have conversations with him as well. I sent him the beat IK Season, and he said, "Bro, you don't need any more practice. You're good to go." And he's got the professional producer who's making mad money, and he's telling me that.
Well, you
So
just make sure that you're prepared for that. So,
yeah,
what do you need to be prepared? Well, let me give you some advice, my young
please do.
friend.
Yes, sir.
You need to have a publishing company on your side.
Yeah.
So, who would that be? Good question. Would that be ASCAP or would that be BMI? I
Mm,
suggest BMI for you because it's free right now, 5 years.
yeah. 5 years.
You also want to have another publishing company on your back. It's called Sound Exchange.
Sound exchange. Okay.
Because then Sound Exchange, you're going to be able to publish your music through them and get paid through digital methods. So when you have DJs on these internet radios playing your music, Sound Exchange will go collect your money for you.
Oh wow, that's crazy. I mean, thank you for the heads up. I will look into those
Also,
companies.
that's another one.
Yes, sir.
It's called Song Trust.
Song Trust.
Now,
Okay.
Song Trust is another publishing company. Now, these guys cost money, but are they worth it? Of course they are. Because what they do is they get your money from international waters.
Hmm.
So while ASCAP and BMI only pay attention to the United States, so the Sound Exchange, Song Trust goes over there to Pakistan and gets your money.
That's awesome. That's interesting. I'm gonna check it out. Thank you.
You do that because before you start signing any paperwork with anybody, you
Yeah,
make sure that your stuff is taken care of first.
absolutely. I got you.
Because you want to go to the table and not leave any money on it when you leave.
That makes sense. Yeah, I understand.
And protect your creation. This music is your property. You've busted your butt to make this music, so you have to protect it.
Absolutely.
And so what I'm saying is you want to register for copyright.
Yeah, I will very
Send
soon.
your stuff to the Library of Congress.gov. It's only $35 for 8 songs.
Perfect. I'm gonna check it out. Thank you so much.
It's cheaper than going to somebody like myself and say, "Hey, MC, could you do it for me?" Because then I might charge you $100.
Oh my God, really? Not
Yes,
even a deal off? Damn.
it's
No
cheaper.
discount?
It's cheaper when you do it yourself, like it is. If you
Yeah.
don't do it yourself, it's never going to get done.
That makes sense. Absolutely.
And if you do have somebody else do it, it's going to cost you a lot more than it would have cost you if you did it yourself.
That's true. You're right.
Like sometimes the only thing it costs you from doing it yourself is time.
That's basically me right now.
While other people, if you have other people do it for you, it's going to cost you time and money because you got to check up on their work.
Yeah, that's true.
So I look at it this way: if I'm going to pay you cash, then it means you're my employee.
Yeah,
It means I think you need to do what you need to do, how you said you were going to do it, get it done.
absolutely.
That's
That
just
makes
my
sense.
opinion.
No, you're right. You're right. I agree with you.
So let's go to the song that I saw on Loom. Yes, folks, Loom. You got to go to loom.fm. You guys are like, MC Andrew Love, this is not the first time you mentioned this platform, and you're mentioning it again through another artist. What's going on here, MC Andrew Love? Well, let me explain to you. I met Z3N0 off of Loom. I don't know, I was tagged in this song that he has, and I heard it, and I was like, holy moly, this brother's got talent. I reached out to him. He reached out to me. Lo and behold, here we are. This brother's dope. He's a beast. And this song right here is called Like It. Now, Z3N0, give the viewers a little behind the scenes background on Like It.
The song Like It actually had 3 versions, believe it or not. This first version you heard, this was actually the 3rd version of the song. So the song was actually kind of inspired by, Shaggy back in the old days. Mr. Bombastic, right?
I love that song.
The way his flow was in that song, I'm like, you know what? I'm looking for something that can probably kind of imitate that, but I wanted something like a club vibe because my friends always boasting me like, hey, let's go to the club. I said, no, I'm busy. I got school. I said, why I gotta go to the club? I'll make a club at home. So I basically made the beat 3 times. The first time it was like a jazz. The second time was more like R&B, and then I needed the perfect balance of something that will thump and something that will like kind of have that kind of vibe where you can dance to it, right? So I said, let me look at the 3rd version. So I kind of updated the beat with some reggaeton drums in it. I added some of the bass. I made the bass melodies myself and I laid them out, and then I experimented with the tempo, the bass, the pitch. I just used one loop for the arcade sounds because that was I work at a arcade, so I'm pretty much inclined to hearing that a lot. So I always think about how I can integrate those sounds into my music. So it's like an arcade sound you hear in the beginning, as you will hear also as well. So I basically added the lyrics through a pack I found, and basically because the people pre-recorded the lyrics, um, at the time no one really wanted to work with me. I said it's okay. I like to be solo anyway, so let me see what I can do myself. God helps those who helps himself. I rearranged the beat around the vocals, and here you have it, Like It, a club banger that you can play anywhere at home and just vibe to.
Now, people, you must understand, I'm not going to play the whole song. I'm only going to play a snippet. If you want to hear the whole song of Like It, you're going to have to go to loom.fm, or you could download the app on your iPhone or your Android, and you can check out Z3N0 just by typing in, well, let them know, Z3N0.
1999.
1999, and he'll pop right up. So let's join this song in progress. This is Like It. Okay. I like the beat, man. This is the first time I'm listening to a song for the production and not for the lyrics. Wow. Oh, man. Yo, you guys got to go to loom.fm. Type in Z3N0 1999. Check out Like It. All right, that's it for y'all. You got to go check out that loom.fm Z3N0 1999 song Like It. Man, that was amazing. It was amazing
Appreciate
work
it.
you did.
Thank you. It took a while actually. That was my favorite song to make because just the vibe itself was like really good. And I didn't tell this anyway, but I was DJing at a party one time and I played that song for like fun. It was a lot of ladies just busting it down. It was crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, it was fire.
Man, to be a fly on the wall at that club that night.
Yeah, I should. It was actually DJing at a friend's house party. So I played that song and they were just everywhere. But it's a good vibe. It's a fun vibe.
So tell us some of your experiences you've had since you've been doing music.
Music for me is like a very expressive form of art. I used to write poetry a lot back in middle school, and that's where music came from for me, where I used to want to express it more physically, and that's where I got it from. But I realized you don't have to be born with the talent for music. It can be created. It can be established through time and skill and practice. And most of the backlash I ever received was, I wouldn't say negative, but it wasn't good either. It was more like no one's gonna listen to your songs if you don't have any bass in it. No one's gonna want to work with you if you don't do this, don't do that. It was criticism, but it was demeaning criticism. It wasn't
Yeah.
like constructive feedback. So I took a break almost for like a month or two, rearranged myself and pushed it more harder. And like I said before, my mom was my greatest influence when it came to making music like this. Some of my best experiences were when I was in the zone, like at night, the middle of the night, the witching hour, right? Like no one's awake. It's me, my headphones, well, not these, but better headphones, the program, and my thoughts. And just my imagination runs wild. It's like Narnia, It just runs wild. That's where my drive starts to really push in. It's like when you're racing, you click on that button for nitrous oxide and you just fly off.
That's how I feel when I do these interviews and I edit the interview out and I'm just about to send it to YouTube. I feel like this euphoric rush of, I've accomplished something.
Something, exactly. And that's my feeling when I make something. And yes, sometimes not everything is perfect, but it's always going to be a step closer eventually. So
I
that's
could
for
dig the
me.
vibes, man. I really
I
can.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So when you're not making music, what are you doing?
Working out. I've been picked on a lot for my weight as a kid. I'm a big boy, so I've been picked on. I was 10 pounds as a baby when I was born.
10
Ironically.
pounds? I
Fun
was
fact.
9 pounds, dude.
Oh yeah? All right, bet. Team
And
big
my
boy.
son was 9 pounds and 14 ounces.
Really? Oh wow.
Yes. So you're not the only big brolic brother that was ever existed.
That's awesome. Thank God. But in my community,
I'll
you
be
gotta
honest with
keep
you,
that.
brother. Women from the Caribbeans, they
Yeah.
love big men.
It's kind of funny because I actually got hit on by a lot of Caribbean girls.
They love
Bad.
a brother
But
with
yeah,
some bone on their body.
that's true. That's true.
And
Yeah,
they'll
I
love
work.
you because your music. Woo!
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, like I work out a lot. I play some video games with my friends. I like to hang out with my friends.
Video
Kind of.
games. Are you playing
Yeah.
on the Xbox?
Xbox. Well, I play on the PS4. But we can
Not
definitely
everybody's perfect.
Yeah, but hey, look, I don't judge. Xbox is a good console. It's just,
If you get an Xbox or able to get on an Xbox, you can tap in at MC Andrew Love and we can play NBA 2K.
Perfect. And yeah, same wise on PS4. Hit me up at ZuzuBoy99 if anything. Yeah.
Man, do you have any advice for any of the young ones that want to do something that you're doing? They want to make music, but they just don't know how to get into it.
One thing actually, stay focused and block out all the noise. And what I mean by noise is all the unnecessary stuff. Criticism is good. You filter out what you need. Like when you're sifting for gold, you're sifting out the unnecessary items. You're looking for the things that really matter, and that's what you need to do when it comes to people. Because people will always complain about your music, like, "Hey man, you're not good enough. You're not gonna get there. You're not Metro Boomin. What are you doing?" People will come at you like that, and I've had that before. And just my journey in 6 years, even though I haven't been popping off like that, but now currently I'm kind of am. It has a lot to do with my devotion and dedication. Always stay dedicated to what you like and what you love, because at the end of the day, and if you're not content with yourself, no one's gonna like your music. And I'm not trying to be demeaning. I know people have depression issues and anxiety issues. Just you gotta push through whatever it is. The rainbow always shines after the storm.
You do have a point. When it comes to doing something that you want to do, you have to be consistent with it.
Absolutely. That's consistency is key.
For example, people that are listening to music, they're spending time listening to your music.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they got to pay for it, especially if it's on a streaming platform.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to think, how do I earn these people's money? I have to be consistent and persistent. I have to show them my authentic self. See, when you make music, you have to be authentic. And see, and that's exactly who you are, Zeno.
Thank you so much.
You are authentic. When I hear your
Appreciate it.
sounds, I hear you. That's what I
Thank
hear.
you.
You may not be singing or rapping, but you're
Yeah.
talking to me through your sounds.
Expression. Yes.
Yes, you're a painter, but you paint with sound.
Yeah.
And the
Thank you.
studio is your canvas.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's exactly how I see it as well. I'm the Picasso to my painting. So
Yes. And there's nobody that could tell me any different. It's just how dope that you are, how much potential you have to do great things in the industry.
thank you so much. And
Because we
honestly,
need something different. We need a
yeah,
breath of fresh air. And you're that breath. You're that fresh air. And if
thank you so
anybody
much.
doesn't agree with me, they suck. That's all there is to it.
Oh man. No, I mean, look, I believe everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and it's
Eh,
totally fine to kind of feel a certain way. But I feel like if you do it in a very peaceful and positive manner, I feel like everyone is going to be better at a certain area.
of course, you're going to say that because
Yeah,
you're a nice guy.
I try to be.
You're
Thank
not
you.
going to try to hurt anybody's
Yeah.
feelings. But in this instance, I'm very persistent with this. Listen, America, it is I, MC Andrew Love. This is Let's Chat and Jam. This brother right here is Zeno. I met Zeno off of Loom. And let me tell you something, folks. Zeno is dope. He's got so much potential. His mind just continuously making music every day, every night. So what he has to do, he has to go on to his program. He has to fire up his instruments and he has to start playing. Because if he doesn't, he'll go crazy with
Yeah.
insanity.
Yeah.
So him making music is what he does best, folks. This is his life that he's dealing with. His life is this music, and music is his life. All I'm saying to you folks is don't write him off. Give him a chance. Listen to him on Loom. Download the app. Check out Zeno. Give him a shot. I'm telling you, folks, you're going to enjoy his music. He can make music in different ways. He can make music that's going to make you cry, and he can make music that's going to make you happy. He can also make you music that will put you in a thought mode because his music is dope. All I'm saying to you folks is Zeno has worked hard at what he's doing, and I can hear it. And you, the folks, the fans, should give him a chance and let him entertain you just for a little bit.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I'm actually growing a small following as well on my YouTube and SoundCloud. Slowly, day by day, people are coming and checking out my stuff, letting me know. But yeah, Loom is the best way to do it. I feel like if you ever need to like reach me out, I'm gonna be on there way more often. So just let me know. DM me, hit me a DM. Like, yo, this music is in a way a therapeutic for me because I'm able to express a lot of brush strokes that artists would do, especially when it comes to painting, shows sometimes just the vile emotion that's they're trying to express with just the brush strokes. And that's what I do with my music. Every bass thump, every drum beat you hear, every melody I create, you're gonna feel a type of way that I'm feeling. And whether it's the beat switch or just the bass drop or just a switch up, you're gonna hear my emotions on the platter. How I'm feeling, how I want to feel, how I'm trying to feel. You're gonna hear it in my music.
I'm digging the vibes, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you so
Yo,
much.
thanks for coming on to the show. I really do
Absolutely, man.
appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man.
Do you have any burning desires?
That I wake up with every day is just to make my parents proud. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a mama's boy or daddy's boy. I'm more like I want to do this so I can show them that I'm something. Like of course I'm gonna be an engineer. Of course I'm gonna be something for them, but I want to show them that I'm much more than that. Like I want to show them that I have talents that they can be proud of, and they are proud of me. Thank God. I just want to make sure I want to be able to live up to that. Up
You
until the
said
day.
you wanted to be an engineer. Well, you are an engineer because you put sounds together. And that, my brother, is engineering. When
Thank you
you
so much.
have something that's nothing's there right at the moment, nothing is there at the moment, but you're an engineer, so you have to think of ways of putting this together out of nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what you do. You put sounds together out of nothing. There was nothing there until your hands came across and started molding these stuff like clay. And you started playing with these sounds like a painter plays with the brush
And the oil
strokes, as you
strokes. Yeah.
said.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you've done. And man, I gotta say, whoo, I am digging the vibes. I am digging the vibes.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming through, my brother. I really do
Absolutely.
appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate it, man. It just means a lot, you know?
Yes, man. And I'm so glad that you had the opportunity to come through and showcase your talents.
Thank you.
This has been a win-win-win situation. It's been a win for you. Got to come out here and tell your story. It's been a win for the fans. Get to hear your music, and they got to hear you tell your story. And it's been a win for me because I got to interview a dope artist in front of some dope fans who I really appreciate very much. So I want to say thank you to everybody out there. Thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube, listening to this on Spreaker, maybe even seeing this on IGTV, I want to say thank you for your eyes. If it wasn't for you guys, there would be no artist like Z3N0. And if it wasn't for Z3N0, there would be no MC Andrew Love. So I want to say thanks to everybody out here for taking their time, checking out this episode. I'm really appreciative and humbled. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my God, we're out of time. Always in this, good things must come to an end. But I want to say, stay safe out there, Z3N0.
Thank you so much.
Stay safe. You're welcome, man.
Appreciate it, man. You too as well.
No problem. And since you've been on here, man, you're part of the Let's Chat and Jam fan. So don't be a stranger, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
And for everybody else, stay safe out there. Wear a mask, wash your hands, social distance. Peace out, everybody. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button. And also tap that notification bell right there so that way you won't miss an episode of a Conversation With series right here on Let's Chat and Jam.